This is a relationship workshop. It's for married people. It's for people who are single, who've never been married, for people who have been divorced. Anybody that would like to learn more about relationship, we're glad you're here. Now, in the past, there's been a very big push to understand, or for people to get the differences between the genders, okay? But we're going to share a different paradigm. But throughout this workshop, you're going to end up thinking on probably three levels. One is you and your original family of origin with your folks. Number two, you're going to be thinking in terms of your current relationships. And number three, you'll probably be thinking, what about my kids? Because more is caught than taught when you are a child. And so what you were taught as a child, these are your first love lessons. They are the lessons that will carry with you into a lifetime. If you don't have a memory of comfort, odds are you don't therefore know in your own marriage what comfort looks like. You won't know how to identify your feelings. You won't be able to express them well. So we start off a marriage wishing for intimacy, wishing for closeness, but we can't even articulate our feelings and bring them into a relationship, let alone ask that person for comfort that they might be able to help me feel better.
When you don't have memories of comfort, each of these styles that we describe in our book are responses to that lack of comfort. And it's important to say here, this book is not about blaming our parents. It's about finding out what is wrong so that we can repair that and have more successful relationships in our marriages and with our kids.
If you had a great experience, that means you've probably come out not perfect, but you have what is known as a secure connection. And a secure connector is someone who is able to identify their feelings, be able to give and take love in relationship, go to someone when they hurt, find comfort, and as a result, they develop an emotional bonding.
Just about everybody. This is where it really gets fun when we do our workshops, because when we present the secure connector, initially everyone's, oh yeah, that's me. Then when we present these other 5 styles, all of a sudden it's getting a little quieter. And then when we ask people, okay, how many of you out there identify with the avoider? And people sort of look around, does anyone raise their hand? And all of a sudden, 30 hands go up. How many relate to the pleaser? Another 50 hands go up. So, and then people look around and they realize, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people like me who respond in relationships the same way I do. And it's even more fun when we start to describe the combinations. For example, what happens when an avoider marries a pleaser? What happens when a pleaser, that would be us. What happens when a pleaser marries a vacillator? And what happens is you get a very consistent, predictable core pattern. And so we describe what this pattern looks like for 6 of the most common combinations that we see in our offices all the time.
And people look at us and they say, do you have a hidden camera in our house? Have you been watching our home? Did you hear us talking outside in the waiting room? Because these patterns are so predictable, we can actually tell you what your marriage relationship problems are going to look like.
Really learn to understand their own story better. They learn to understand themselves. They learn to understand one another. Most importantly, they learn how to communicate and resolve differences so that they can grow in Christ together. What's wonderful about Mylan and Kay is not only do they bring a strong biblical framework for the material, but they also present it in a way with wit and humor, and they tell a lot of their own story, their journey, their struggles, and the things that they've learned in their marriage.